Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great. Hope you had a great week. Some of you might already be enjoying the weekend, even though the watchers from the US, you still have a full day to go. So hope you're having a great day. Welcome to this new video. Wanted to make a full update here on the markets. Because the markets right now are quite tricky, and there are some things we need to talk about. There's some news that came out. And some interesting things going on, to be completely honest with you. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about XRP. We'll talk about Ethereum, because Ethereum right now is actually doing quite good. But we'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. And so yeah, let's get right into it. Before we get into the technical details, quickly wanted to say it actually looks quite likely, whether we pull back here or not, that we will still have somewhat of a bullish February or March. If you're interested in actually making the most out of that and actually becoming a better trader yourself as well, consider joining the Signal group. Links to that are down in the description. We've made a lot of money last week and this week as well, hit some major take profits. So if you actually want some profitable trades, while also getting all the resources to become a better trader and investor for, yourself, both in futures and spots, consider joining. That's up to you. For now, let's get right into it. So the news that we got today was the PCE price index, which was completely as expected. As you can see right here. All right, PCE price index, the same. Personal spending up a little bit, doesn't really matter. Employment cost up a little bit as well, doesn't matter that much. And core PCE price index and PCE price index as expected. So that did not do much. However, what you can see is that Bitcoin today has actually been relatively bullish. And that is also the main thing I kind of wanted to talk about. I mean, we've seen more movement, as you can see, and altcoins are actually doing quite well, which we'll talk about in a moment. But I do want to remind you that it's the end of the month, all right? So we're going to get volatility, and as most of you know, Bitcoin right now is at the top of the range, strong resistance level, and I personally am not convinced. The volume is up a little bit here, as you can see, but it's $36 billion. That's not that high, and like I said, I mean, we had some news that did not really do anything for the fundamentals. So what you can see is that the dollar strength index is actually higher than this morning, which is bearish for crypto. And stock markets are doing great, all right? Stock markets are at all-time highs, and Russell 2000 is doing fine. Nasdaq is high as well. So that's pretty bullish, but then you have the USD, then you have the USDT dominance is nearing support, and then if you take a look at the total 3 for altcoins, that's nearing resistance. So I still think you have to be cautious. And then if you take a look at this last bullish move here for Bitcoin, what you can see is that it's actually mostly short positions closing, and then the last 30 minutes we actually saw some longs being opened as well. But when it's with this little volume, I'm not sure if I trust it. All right, and I would go as far as saying that short term, I actually do think we can move a little bit higher, because I do have a bullish bias on the markets at this point of time, but I don't think we'll break out. All right, so what that means is that, you know, short term we're fine, but after that we do need to see that this Bitcoin dominance actually keeps falling. If that's the case, then amazing. And we will have plenty of opportunities for the rest of today and into the weekend. If the Bitcoin dominance finds support here soon and Bitcoin finds resistance, that's going to be a total carnage for altcoins. All right, so be aware of that. Realize that. At this point of time, everything still looks fine and everything looks great, but things can change, especially if the Bitcoin dominance finds strong support. So be aware of that. Now, talking about XRP. Briefly, XRP is not doing much at this point of time, as most of you know. What's interesting, and I did want to talk about that for a little bit, is this. We actually saw that the XRP ledger clawback goes live, which basically means that RLUSD and clawbacks are integrated within the XRP ledger. The price is not really reacting to this, and XRP is quite flat here. So honestly, not much is going on, but this is a clear move clear move in the direction of more regulation on the XRP ledger, which might be, and that's why I thought it was interesting, might be a move of theirs to actually secure XRP spot in being used by the US government and getting a more prominent role in partnership with the US government. So for now, market is not really reacting to it, but honestly, I do think that XRP is going in the right direction, but I'll keep you updated on that. Now talking about altcoins a little bit more. The main altcoin that's doing well right now, in my opinion, is Ethereum. All right, if you take a look at Ethereum, it's doing great here. It's at resistance, but ultimately very bullish, and especially if you take a look at ETH BTC, that's really trying to break out. And I would say if ETH BTC is able to hold this level right here at 0.032 as support, it's almost worrying that I have to say it, but I do think that Ethereum actually has a chance to get some sort of an Ethereum season. I'll keep you updated on that. I think it's a little bit early, but keep an eye on this, because Ethereum Beta is doing quite well as well. If you take a look at Ethereum naming service, ENS is doing quite good. Pendle is relatively strong, and Aave is also very strong, which is also a Trump coin, of course. But that's kind of the main narrative right now. And then meme coins are also quite strong. You see Floki, you see WIF outperforming the market. And outside of that, looking at volume, I personally still quite like Sui. Outside of that, like I said, Aave, the Athena, that's also an Ethereum Beta coin, by the way. I still very much like that as well, if we're able to get this reclaim. So that's another altcoin to keep your eyes on. And what more do... Lido DAO is also Ethereum Beta, but very strong. And Lido DAO is also, or at least a lot of people think that's going to perform very well if we get staking for the Ethereum ETF. So LDO, that's the name of the token. I like that very much as well. Gala also quite strong, but I think Gala, if we that's the last one we'll take a look at. I think Gala needs to kind of break above 3.3 cents and hold it as support to get some sort of a structure flip and to turn bullish. I think it's too early to say anything about that, while something like Athena and something like Sui, something like Ondo looks much better already right now. Those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know regarding the markets for now. So like I said, if you want my personal trades, we, for example, bought Ondo, we bought Sui, and we bought Hype earlier. That's doing very well. If you're interested in that, consider joining. For now, thank you for watching. Have a great weekend in advance, and I'll see you all in my next videos. Bye.